It's all too familiar story. You've created a beautiful online store and you're carrying products that you know people will love, but the only problem is no one is coming to your store. Why is that? There could be several reasons, but one of them is probably because you're not doing a good enough job of actively driving visitors to your site. In this video, we'll show you 6 practical and proven methods that you can use to drive traffic to your online store today. Tip number 1, send free samples to Instagram influencers. Instagram is quickly becoming one of the most effective marketing channels for e-commerce merchants. In fact, a recent study found that Instagram provides brands with 25% more engagement than any other social media platform. Additionally, using Instagram is a great way to drive traffic and awareness to your store, especially if you know how to target influencers. So how do you do that? Well, a great place to start is with the online program Websta. Let's say we want to start a business selling hair products online. We'll do a quick search for hairstylist. As you can see, we're able to pull the following list of popular related hashtags, as well as users who have the word hairstylist in their usernames or bios. The idea here is to search through the results and try to uncover accounts with large followings. Try to aim for accounts with 20,000 plus followers. Take a look at their profile pages, paying special attention to ones that include an email address. This will typically indicate that they are open to product placements, partnerships, and advertising opportunities. Additionally, if a web address is included, you can easily navigate to their site to look for a contact page to find an email or mailing address. Keep in mind, not every Instagram user with a lot of followers is willing to feature products from other users. Take a look at their past activity, and if it's something they're regularly doing, don't hesitate to reach out and see if they might be willing to accept some samples. Tip number 2, reach out to bloggers and press. A great way to drive traffic to your store is by being featured in a blog or mentioned in the press. Now, you don't need to target the biggest and most successful people. In fact, your chances of getting featured are better if you aim for people with small to medium audiences, because they're not constantly bombarded with pitches. To find bloggers and influencers in your industry, simply head over to Google. As an example, we searched hairstyle blog, and as you can see, there are several blogs dedicated to hairstyle. Take your time looking through the results to see which blogs post regularly on hair products and feature product reviews. Another great place to look for influential bloggers is on YouTube. Try searching for different keywords like hair advice, hair tips, and hair care. Then see whether the makers of these videos are regularly posting hair product features or reviews. Just like with Instagram, you should reach out to see if they're willing to accept a sample of your product. Another tried and true method for getting traffic is landing your business in the press. A good starting point is to target local news sites, community papers, and smaller publications that are specific to your industry. Pay particular attention to journalists that have written about products similar to yours or your competitors in the past. A great online tool you can use to find local journalists or writers that cover your area of interest is Follower Wonk. Follower Wonk allows you to search for keywords in people's Twitter profiles. Let's say you're trying to find a local journalist in Toronto. We could do a quick search for Toronto journalist and look through the results. You can also narrow your results by adding keywords specific to your industry. Oftentimes you can find their email address right in their Twitter bio, so you can easily send them a message. We suggest keeping your email short and compelling and focus on telling a unique story. Highlight what makes you different and position yourself as a local success story. Tip number 3, post your store on Reddit. The whole of the internet hangs out on Reddit, and in addition to its front page, which aggregates the most popular content on the web, there are also thousands of category-specific subreddits. In fact, you can find a subreddit on nearly any subject. To find relevant subreddits, use Reddit's search feature and type in your keywords of choice. Let's stick with the hair product scenario and do a quick search for hair advice. As you can see, a number of different subreddits have been found from our search. Let's take a quick look at the female hair advice subreddit. Within this subreddit, there's a lot of discussion on all aspects of hair care. You can also take a look at the related subreddits like hair care science, curly hair, or simply hair. As we said, there are a lot of niche subreddits out there. Once you've located a subreddit or two specific to your industry, look for ways that you can contribute content without coming off as too spammy or salesy. This might mean submitting a blog post you just wrote or linking to a video tutorial you just created. In other words, try to give and not just take, and the community will be much more accepting. Also, it's important to note that each subreddit has its own specific rules that are displayed in the panel on the right. Some subreddits don't allow for promotional material, so what's basically posting an ad for your store is not allowed. Tip number 4, get friends and family to share. Are you at that age when all your Facebook friends are posting pictures of their babies? Isn't it annoying? Well, many people are sick of looking at photos of babies, but you can probably get away with posting your online store. People don't launch businesses too often, so it'll probably be quite unique within your circle of friends. We suggest that you reach out to your friends and family in a targeted way with personalized messages. Don't focus on getting them to buy your products, but instead ask them to share your store with their networks. You'll have a higher success rate than reaching out to strangers, and if enough of them share, you might get some sufficient momentum. Additionally, you can talk about your store in a status update, but don't post too frequently to avoid irritating your friends. A good rule of thumb is update your personal page with only one business-related post a day. Tip number 5, proactively engaging on Twitter. A great way to get on people's radar is by actively engaging with them on Twitter. Here's what you can do. First, you can generate some follow-backs by following people whom you think would be interested in your store. To do this, we'll head back to follower wonk. Simply log in through your Twitter account and search for relevant keywords in people's Twitter bios and profiles. You can then follow the users who you believe would be interested in your store. Additionally, you may want to search Twitter for keywords related to your product offerings, and then look for a chance to help people or add value in a way that doesn't sound like a sales pitch. Remember to remind your followers every so often about your product offerings, and you'll be well on your way to building a following of interested people that will be curious to check out your store. Tip number 6, write a blog post featuring people with audiences and send it to them. Our final suggested tactic goes back to reaching out and connecting to people with audiences, bloggers in particular. But instead of targeting them by sending them a sample of your product, you do it by writing a blog post about them and then sending it to them in an email or on Twitter. You're going to be looking for influencers in your industry anyway, so write up the top people you find and turn that into an easy blog post featuring the most popular Instagram users, bloggers, vloggers, and Twitter accounts. For example, you could write a top 10 list of the most important hairstyle bloggers you should be following, or top 15 Twitter accounts you should be following to discover new hairstyles. In the blog post, list them and come up with a short blurb describing what they're all about. Next, tweet it to them or send it to them in an email. Try not to be too obvious that you're just trying to get their attention, and as long as your blog post is thoughtful, they'll be flattered. And if they share it with their networks, all the better. Try putting these 6 traffic-driving methods into practice with your business, and be sure to keep us posted on your progress. If you're looking for more information on starting and running your own business, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up for the Ecommerce University email list. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, let us know by clicking like or leaving a comment below.